So, good evening everyone. Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive continues today, and I'm gonna keep this stream shorter than my previous ones that have been extremely long. So this is gonna be 90 minutes of playing, and hopefully we can resolve the turn in that time and move forward with the campaign. Tomorrow morning I'm also planning to stream, but that's most likely going to be War in the East too. We have to push that campaign also a little bit. But yeah, we were left off in a quite interesting situation. I've moved most of my units here in the southern sector. We also noticed that there is an enemy units that were left behind, and they are actually harassing our supply lines a little bit. We have an HQ unit that is close by, but I'm a bit scared to put it in action. So I might actually bring it back to the city, as I don't want the HQ to get overrun. The same goes probably for the surrounding units that are in the area. I have a couple of units that I've set to march mode, but I think I should take them out of that just for their protection. Also the same applies to this unit. It's currently set that it's in transportation, but could I just dump? Detach. Move. Okay, I can move the trucks to safety. And I think I will. I'm gonna put these guys also to march mode, just in case. And the HQ can fall back either to the city or into the woods. It could also go to this heavy forest, but it can't actually move there. So yeah, there's two marks where the enemy can be. I can either stick in the plains or I can withdraw. How much is this? This movement got only 16. I'm gonna bring them back in here. Back in there, and then in the south, if I recall correctly, I had a couple of units. It wasn't actually in here, it was probably more in the center. Here our Greif team is at work. They have secured this crossing in here. This was a little bit of a shame that we couldn't get through here. And if we attack with the tanks, we will basically reveal their location for the enemy. Because I'm not sure, can this unit, the simple unit, give high enough recon to actually identify that we have this massive Panther force in here. But yeah, and it only has 2 rounds of combat left. It couldn't do a proper attack. The good thing here is that the enemy unit is now moving away in this direction. I actually realized that moving these tanks out of the supply, out of the roads, might actually cause some supply issues. So I hope that we can keep them well supplied. Even though this unit and also the other one is not on the road. And we have some units that could move in here. I'm gonna move the artillery unit so it is next to the front line or next to these other Volksgrenadiers if we need to go hunting for these units. But where was I thinking? I think it is actually here next to Saint Vith. Yeah, it's all of these units. All of these guys that are the problem. They are all now set in march mode, and I don't think that should be the case. Apparently the pioneers were able to change it without any cost or something. Only 18, so we can't move this to the front. Also, I'm a little bit worried about the supply that these tanks will be getting in here. But I just hope it's gonna settle it. You know. Hansen. I think we are okay to keep these guys in marching in the heavy forest. I can either take them off though, but the pioneers should probably be marching. But I don't know, they can't really see us. I don't expect that they would be rushing forwards here. That would seem crazy to me. So I'm gonna keep them in march mode. But yeah, these Stuks have to slow down a little bit. Also the HQ. All of these guys. Where should I send these flak guns? They are not currently really needed in this sector as much as I haven't located any enemy tanks in this area. What is our hex stack? It's over already, it's 162. This is just muddy fields. I don't feel great about that. Where is most of the 9th Fallschirmjäger? The division HQ is in here. The units are mostly scattered in the north, so okay, I'm gonna be moving this unit northward. And I think I'm gonna keep the flak guns here in march mode, though. I don't think we can attack this light forest, even though it has really little. We can go 68, but then we would be exposed there, so maybe just no. I'm just gonna put it to Saint Vith and then move it next turn. And these guys I might actually move. We have already 2 flak guns in here. I think they should probably be moved to the northern sector. And then this flak gun could take their place or something like that. So okay, maybe I do that. I'm gonna bring the flak guns then in here. And just for the time being, they can be in this kind of... Yeah, this doesn't have any offensive power. And these belong to Piper actually, this unit, and also this unit is also Piper's unit. They have to be moving northward, or I can reassign them to the 116th Panzer Division, because they seem to be a little bit out of place. This one, the 1st Panzer Grenadier Regiment. This guy is in light forest. I think they can stay in march mode because they are in those forests. I could move the HQ also already, but maybe rest it. We still have these pioneers. Team Robinson. And also our Jagd Panthers. No, I mean Jagd Panzers, these are Stuk 4s. Yeah. They are now a bit in the open. More to my liking. I don't think we can go through here right now. So I'm gonna be moving these guys into the city because I don't want to leave them here in the open. And what I'm gonna do with the pioneers though. Pioneers, they should probably be racing. Racing here. I'm just not sure. The other option is to go from here. But we would need the pioneers definitely in this sector because there are those river crossings. We already made it through this one, but if we need to do... We need the supplies to work out, so that's why we need the... We need some units to move on this western bank. So I guess that would be the pioneers' job. To secure that they can... we can manage to have those river crossings. And the Jagd Panzers, just to reserve or conserve oil, they have to be moving kind of cautiously. These Backguns could take this high ground position. I kind of like that. They don't have to toggle between. The cost between like march mode, it's not just that AP cost, but it is the readiness cost is also high. The good thing is that you with motorized and mechanized units and panzer units you save gas, a lot of gas when you move units in march mode. So that's of course another thing that you should take into account. That you might want to do it just because of that too. But okay. Plains. Light forest, snow. Yeah, but I don't want to do the readiness loss with the Werfers. The Werfers lose so much of their potential if they are not ready. So that's why I'm gonna be doing this kind of careful movement with them. Plains mud. I would like to do movement, but I'm just worried. There should be one enemy HQ unit in here. Just as like heads up. We push the enemy HQ in these hills, so they might still be there. But this guy should do some marching and then take it off, because you see they lost so much readiness. We would need more units on this western side. But I'm just scared to put double stack in here. That's the only problem that is holding me back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep them in here. Because what if they find us with artillery and they start shelling? Because there might be that enemy unit here and they might get some recon at. So yeah, I'm gonna keep them like that. Just in case. And yeah, sadly I don't have anything to hit these guys with for now. This is a little bit of a pickle, because I know that there is the enemy unit for sure is here. I have Panzer Grenadiers, but I'm still a bit scared of them. I ultimately would have liked the Hetzers to support my units. And I'm a little bit scared to leave this without any unit. We located some enemy units in this side. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, if we move the flak guns here, then on the next turn we can move it here. And then on the third turn we could attack this position. But that's such a long process, so... And then we could have, of course, attacked head on, but yeah, we wait for one turn, then we can maybe do an attack from two sides and take also the Hetzers in. So that's one option. Leibstandard, the HQ. Let's move it in this heavy forest. They can hide there. This was surprisingly tough unit. I don't know how the hell did they manage to take out so many of my tanks when I tried to push for it. So I can do like a mini ranged attack. But I doubt we would do any damage. Because it's only like 2 phases of combat, but I guess we can still do it. 10 men retreated. So we managed to basically lower their readiness. Didn't have any other impact on the enemy. And yeah, here is the Piper's HQ and here are the Tigers. So I actually looked at the manual. So if your tanks defending in marshes is bad. So if we like move them in here and we can't attack, we can't break the enemy forces in here, then they would be in big trouble. The best thing is though that if we can get them here without enemy intercept fire, we could shoot couple of ranges, like ranged attack to this hex. So that could be could be the way to go. Other option is of course that I just move them across. We have tanks here. We also have this infantry that could probe this position if it's like artillery unit or if it's just a... Yeah, who knows? We would need to know what these guys are. I can't play recon card, sadly. Sadly, I don't have that available there. Some tank killers in here. Panthers are still in good combat. Still in good combat capability. These guys also 31 movement. These are 39. We could get them in here. 66. 54. This is 47 and then we would have 37 left for doing ranged attack. 37 is probably not enough though. It's not enough to make any serious impact. So that's a bit concerning though. But I guess I don't want to be probing with the Stuks. Uphill. Stuks, if I want to attack with them, I would move them in here and then attack this unit. I think I'm gonna do that movement. We couldn't recognize what is in here. We can do this kind of attack if we want to. We would really just want to know what is happening in here. I'm gonna move the infantry next to the slot. Yeah, it was just a rear area unit with AA guns though. Yeah, it's those AA guns that are the problem. 90mm. They can take Stuks. They can take everything out. And they are in uphill position, that is right. And we get this max attack saturation, we get all those bad things. So that's what I found, that attacking small units is actually painfully difficult. Luckily their readiness is only 30. If our estimations are correct, it's only 30 readiness. We would just need, yeah, we need this. We need one barrage. And that's it actually. That's the best thing that we can get. But I'm just thinking, is that the best place to play the barrage? Like here is much juicier, so many more targets, but actually they are in fields of snow, and if their readiness is so low, yeah, it would really help. But yeah, we can't be doing any more march mode here with this unit. Bremer. Can we get some more recon in here? Yes, we can. 49. I'm willing to, let's barrage this position then. Even though it's not the best target, I know. They took out 2 of the guns, that's important. So there is there is still guns there to like damage us. But what is there? The readiness based on our recon is now 36. It is shifting around. What should we? We should use the tanks though. I think we really need to use the tanks. So I'm gonna be sending the tanks on to the combat because they have now 70% modifier and everything. Yeah, I think it should be the job of this infantry unit. Where is your HQ? Your HQ is in here. I can move. No, I can't. It's out of movement. Yeah. Well, let's do the tank movement then here. So we can get it. We can get the tanks in here. We still don't know what is in this hex. Like how difficult is it to get to know what is in there? Like I can probe it. I should have maybe probed this and then used the artillery. Now that I'm thinking. Do we have any kind of like long range fire that we could do? No return fire expected. Where is this unit? It's this one. Yeah, I guess I'm willing to do this. Didn't really do anything, but we just need to get their readiness down. I'm wondering, is this an okay move? I have only 65 movement points left. So it's probably not a good move. We can do 50 to 1 attack in here, in this hex. So I think we are pretty safe. But still I could do the probing because I have no idea what is in here. What is it? They kind of give me crazy odds that I could take it down with a probe, but I doubt that. 36, 18 movement there. Because now if we attack like this, we get a 20 plus. Like what is the worst unit that could be in there? It could be something bad, but I have no idea what could it be. What could be that bad? Piper could move in here, take it off, and then move it in here and be safe. We got one recon more, but it's not even enough to identify it. So it's probably something pretty small, because we can't see it. Well, should the recon in force be enough then? I think it should if it's something that small. And this kind of overwhelming attack. So recon in force. Attacker out of AP. Okay. So it was just a unit with a lot of trucks. So we could have taken it with a full frontal assault, I think. So I should have used one unit to probe and then the others to attack. Yeah, I think so. And we might not have even taken out everything with that kind of attack. How about in here? How much damage can really these 3 guns do? Well, the game says that a lot. The game is saying that they can do a lot of damage. Like they... Yeah, this didn't go really according to plan. Recon in force. Well, what should I do with the tigers? Should the tigers be... Well, we really need this high ground. I'm just obsessed about that high ground. We really need it. Oh, we have still some warfares in here. I didn't even notice. So what's the best estimate? Warfares. Can you shoot? You can shoot from here to here. Yeah, I guess one of these guys could do the probe. And the other one has to do the attack then. Which one has better odds? This one has better odds, so I guess this one has to do the probe. Do the probe. So we lost 10 infantry, they lost 1 AA gun. Do the attack. So 2 guns alive, 20 rear area men. So can you still resist me with those 2 goddamn guns? 15, you have 15 readiness. Attack. Yeah, thank you. We took it out completely. Well, that was really painful unit to fight against. Fields of snow in here. 33. If we get here intact, which I doubt, we would still have enough to attack this position though. We can do attack or an all-out attack. I think I want to do an all-out attack, or they don't seem like that they are that badly hurt, but there is just very few units in there. All out. Yeah, we couldn't take really anything out. And how come were they left with movement points? Did they just... Everybody kind of just retreated. This is some weird unit, just has a lot of trucks. 20 soldiers, 2 anti-tank guns. How are they holding this massive panzer force? Like, how did we fail this bad? Like, I don't get it. Like, this is something that I don't know what's going on. All I know that we need the tigers across the river. I'm also entertained by the idea that maybe the tigers should be fighting these guys. They don't need to necessarily be in this sector. Yeah, there's a lot of tanks in here to destroy, but the tigers could also be helping, because these guys are also scary. Tank destroyers. But can those guys, are they match for the tigers? I have a lot of flak guns. Piper could move his units in here. Ranged attack 49. That's not good enough though. Sadly, that is not good enough. I guess I have to move the Piper's unit back and forth. Yeah, now there is actually some movement cost because of the traffic. So we wouldn't really be able to do a proper attack. But I'm not willing to move across the river like that either. Okay, so we can do actually this. I don't know. I think this is some kind of a bug, really. If I'm pointing here, but why didn't it offer me the option to go here? But it just said that, yeah, the movement cost is so high. Well, it wasn't. Regular attack. Can these guys? Can we now take some? There's two of those anti-tank guns. Okay, all of the soldiers were taken out. So it's now just those trucks and the anti-tank guns. And somehow their readiness is still this high. This is some magical unit. Really. Yeah. But okay, at least everybody here is across the river. And I guess we are somewhat defended. Not really sure what the pioneers should do. Should the pioneers go in this heavy forest and just wait in there? Or should they just rest in here? Because now the stack value is... I think the stack value is a little bit too crazy, so I'm gonna put the pioneers in here. They can, like, join the battle of either side in the next term, depending how are we doing. Then we still have some infantry in here. This is probably the most crucial point in that whole line. I'm gonna move my units a little bit. Infantry could sneak up if they want to. Yeah, stack value is 200 already in here. We could make it nearly 300 if we want to. Or we can keep the units in the rear. Well, I don't basically mind committing the infantry. These guys probably won't hold, so I'm gonna be moving the guys in here. Yeah, I think that's fine. 65, 63. Yeah, wouldn't be enough to do a proper attack in here, but what about the pioneers? We could do 2-to-1 attack in here. I don't like 2-to-1 odds. That doesn't sound good enough for me. What if we try to attack actually this unit too? Because I think we have a chance. These pioneers are now very well they are in very good fighting spirits. And we could actually reduce, or we could harass the tanks. But usually Werfers against tanks. So what was this 300 version? Rocket launcher 6-barrel box was introduced. That this mobility 10-tube launcher was mounted. Half-track Mautier. So hard attack is only 10. Soft attack is 110. Yeah. They shouldn't be used. Shouldn't be used at all against hard attack, hard enemy targets. So 45. So let's just 49. I could do another attack here. I could get 100 recon. And then I think we can get a complete destruction of this infantry regiment. It's just a matter of sequencing this right. Where is your HQ? It's this one, yes. And range is 5, yeah. It's a little bit of a smaller target than I would want to, but we have really good recon on it. And we're gonna then do the attack, I think. I think that's the way, that's the only way we can get them to capitulate. So let's do it. Yeah, readiness is 8. So how bad will they fight now? With readiness 10. I'm just considering like an all-out attack. We lose half of our hit points. I'm gonna try all-out. I'm just a little bit curious. We minimize our hit points go down, so we will take more damage in the attack. But we don't have any. We have just mortars, Panzerschreck. We don't have any like trucks that could get damaged. We lost 10 men. Okay. So that was like probably like a frontal assault, you know. Just head on, running towards the enemy. Movement cost for this unit is 0. Yeah, then we don't have enough to take down this unit though. Unless we move our tanks. But they have only 16, they don't have 20. And I don't have enough for the guard. But that's fine. I'm gonna move the infantry in here. So I'm just calculating those odds. This sounds a little bit risky. Like, but if I move these guys in here, they could contribute to the frontal assault. And I still have Werfers in here. But in order to use those Werfers, I would really like to get better understanding of this unit. And we know that they have 84 entrenchment, so what kind of cards are available for us? Sadly, not really that great card options available. But yeah, this is basically the only. Yeah, we have quite okay supply. Okay, we can do a proper barrage in here. This really maximizes our. Yeah, because they are gonna do some return fire. Oh yeah, but there is those fortifications. It's a light fortification, so they get some cover from that. Yeah, that's actually making this a rather okay place to defend. How about the tanks? We could move up to here, but I don't think we really gain. But I think we should spread out, because if we stick with two units in the same X, the losses are probably more substantial. We can of course do a ranged attack, but they would only have 2 turns left. So that doesn't sound that great. For me at least. So we can do 26. I was thinking that this infantry shouldn't probably fight in this slot. Necessarily. We need to keep 1 infantry here guarding this position. This guy in here, so they are gonna be holding that line. The pioneers in here, they are keeping the encirclement also. How about this unit? Maybe just use the roads. This is the core level unit. I think this guy should move to the Elsenborn. Or at least to Berry. Yeah. I'm just worried that this pioneer unit might be like it's the weakest unit in the whole line. Would these guys take its place? Yeah, we can't get there. Pioneers are now in here. Okay, there was enemy mortar unit that capitulated when we just bumped into it. It was in here in the heavy forest. Well, that was a bit lucky. Okay, let's just move it like that. So now we have a really strong defensive ring against this armored unit in here. And I like that. I like that. Yeah, this attack really needs to be from multiple sides. And we would really need the artillery too. I'm just worried that we will take... Okay, we didn't take anything. I'm gonna keep this one unit in Monschau. Should the pioneers come in and attack also? What is our recon in this right now? It's rather okay. Could be a bit better. I'm gonna move this unit in here. Take the pioneers. The pioneers will be needed, I think, to lower the entrenchment. But to get a really good idea what kind of unit are we dealing with. We can only do 3 to 1. We probably take quite high losses in this. Because it's a really well fortified position. We can do much more damage with these positions. So I'm just thinking, should I reserve the artillery for that? For these guys, for instance. Where we can actually do pretty big damage. Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of 3 to 1. 3 to 1. We would need a hint of better recon on that position. I just don't know how. How can we get it? How can we get a little bit better recon? Offensive bonus. It's felt Otto. I think I'm gonna put this unit to march mode and within here. So we have 51 recon. I guess that will have to do unless we call off this whole attack. 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could put the barrage in here too. This is a much stronger enemy unit. It's a little bit scarily strong. That's what I'm worried about, that we take big losses. $51 recon points. Do it. Well, they held their ground. We took down the entrenchment a little bit. But it's still a fortified position, you know. 6-1 basic attack. It's gonna be tough. I could reassign these units. But so what divisions belong to this? 326 and 272. So what is this Gamble card? So the Gamble card, this card, offensive bonus is organization plus intuition divided by 4. The effect is modified for each HQ's power percentage. This can result in failure. Offensive penalty is organization plus intuition divided by 8. So intuition is 50 and 40, so it would be 90 divided by 8. So it would be a little bit like 10, minus 10%. If organization and intuition is smaller than 1 dice and 100. Well, this guy's organization and intuition is only 90 altogether. And the die, I guess, well, I guess the die can be either 1 or 0 because it was a 1-sided, so it's 1 or 0. But yeah, I don't think that's worth it then. The pioneers already have a nice 20% attack modifier. So I'm kind of counting on them that they can lower the entrenchment enough. Just do it. Do the attack. So our losses are 4 Panzerschreck, 30 pioneers, then Volksgrenadiers, 2 and 3 half trucks. They lost 110 men. Basically mortars, anti-tank guns, everything. Green soldiers 30, trucks 16. They retreated into the city. Okay. And we don't have enough movement to get out of the open. That's a little bit problematic. We could take this slight fortification, but the structural points are now 0. So I guess it's no longer an effective fortification. Three to 1 odds if we try to take this. There's still 100 men. Yeah. And 26, yeah. Like, I don't know. Would we still... I don't think we can take it because their readiness isn't that low. It's quite low, but it's not really that low. But then we would have shelter because they would have to move through the marshes and stuff if they would like to touch these units. But right now they are quite open and exposed. It's mostly just the artillery that I'm worried about. Nothing else really. Yeah, okay, let's move along the line. Here. I think I've done enough marching with these guys. There can be some enemy units walking this way, so that's still a possibility. All is in height level 1, these are height level 2, so we can attack from high ground. This is height level 0. This is a really chunky unit for us. Low readiness unit. High readiness unit. Okay. I expect that enemy is also in here. What do we do? We should probably probe these guys. They are highly entrenched. These are much less. 38, 38, 31. Yeah, well, whole... Okay, there's 2 units in here and they both are quite well dug in positions. 52, 57. Okay, 38, 27, 27. Well, let's move these guys first. And I think these guys can then just take their place. This guy can only be used, they can do just a simple probe. We lost 10 men, okay. So the 10 men should now pay itself off. Although this is a really nice target. Lot of units, no entrenchment basically at all. These are highly entrenched. So it's not as nice of a target. But I think we should still shell it though. Although I'm kind of liking the idea that we could leave the big guns. 12, 8. Yeah, we can't even fire with all of the guns when they are this far. I think we need to move the guns to Schmidt after we done this though. So let's take this. Take that. Take that. 192. Is this really the best that you can do? And what kind of odds are you giving me? Or odds are you giving me? This kind of 2 to 1 based on the current situation. But yeah, just select these guys for me and 2 ranged. Readiness went down, entrenchment went down. But not a lot, not a lot. These I would almost want to reserve. Reserve for those guys. Three to 1. Meh. I think we need one more shelling. 139. Yeah. Well, these guns both should hit this unit. I think that's fairly obvious. We get the recon on these. Just probe. Yeah, we probed them. They heard us. Okay, I like that. They are trying to make this an artillery duel. Let's go with these two first. Quite nice losses. 60. Taking half of their equipment in terms of mortars. This is gonna be more difficult. Well, what else can we still throw at them? These ones. These ones like that. Yeah. Like this. That is good. Bazooka and a mortar. Well, that wasn't as coordinated as I hoped. Give me some hits. Just 2 trucks. Yeah, I think they lost what they lost. They are not willing to lose more. Oversaturation of units. We still have more artillery left if we want to. 49. I think this would be enough for even supporting the attack. Yeah, 4-1. How about? How about that? Yeah, that's what I want to attack, I think. These guys, so I'm not gonna be using them against this unit. I don't think so. These guys could, however, be useful. Four to 1. $38 movement, 31 movement in here. Be in lower height level if but we would open another line of attack. Okay, yeah, it wasn't a good choice. It wasn't a good choice. Yeah, they used all what they got there. Yeah, I think I should have just moved in here. Both of them in the same hex, so... Now they got kind of shelled. Well, let's first do the attack on this, and then based on that we have some extra recon, and then try to take this out. So... 5-1 attack. Okay, 1 capitulated, 1 retreated. Pioneers can move forward. we give them chase. They would be now right in the open. Easy pickings. Zero movement cost, okay. And do 4-1 against these. We could get them to capitulate. I think that's an okay result. These guys, I'm not that sure even. Even with the even with the artillery barrage, I'm not that sure. They are kind of strong looking. However, these guys, 46 recon on these, 52 on these. Well, and this is all the artillery that we can have. Okay, so how about these lines of attack? 4-1. Let's go with the cautious approach. So take these guys out first. Yeah, they're scoring a lot of hits. Mortars are out. 10 veteran soldiers. I think that's good. Attack. Attacker 1. How come is it showing this kind of stuff? Out of AP. So did these guys like contribute with their mortars? Yeah, like these are mortars and that kind of equipment. Okay. I see. And this is some kind of another kind of those truck units. Rear area men and then a lot of howitzers. The Stuks be used to flank. I'm just now thinking if we could get this high ground area. I think we could then be able to attack this guy. These are just highly entrenched individuals. So I need to leave one guy in here anyways, but would it be worth it if I gain that extra recon on them? To recon in force, then call the artillery against this guy. Would that make any sense? And then move the Stuks and the infantry down to this slot or this attack here. Or the Stuks could be used to attack this unit too, but the Stuks most useful against this, I would say. I still have that artillery. This is light forest. Ah, okay. So no artillery on this hex. That's now sure. Okay. I'm gonna leave this artillery on reserve if I want to maybe do a probe on these guys. 52 trucks in this unit. Okay, so they are now like moving a lot of units really fast up to the north, because a lot of these units just have a bunch of trucks on them. So we don't have the perfect view on this though. I'm a bit scared. We probably take some damage because the artillery can spot us and they can shell us. So I'm not really liking that. This is something that I'm liking. That we can get like this kind of odds against this unit. And their readiness is only 43. How could I get this infantry into play without like sacrificing them in this field of snow? I think one option is of course that I try to do this assault. I would really need that attack bonus right now for this whole HQ, but the Campbell thing, I'm just unsure. Like if we go to this core, Campbell offensive bonus. If organization plus intuition is smaller than 1 die times 100. Like, I don't know. I'm just skeptical about this. Like if it's a failure, then we can't do basically any of these assaults. But if it's a success, then we could gain potentially quite a bit. Or we can get like emergency units. Organization role. I don't know, man. This would have been easy if we hadn't get intercepted here. Hadn't gotten intercepted. Okay. Stux here. They would go alone against these guys. Against 5 anti-tank guns. That also doesn't sound that great. This looks good though. 100% high ground modifier. we have some readiness problems, but it's still rather okay, you know. Let's do the regular attack. Okay, it was a 1-to-1 basically. We took out their mortars. One mortar. They lost 30 men. Yeah. I'm gonna move these guys to the open. I just have to wish that they didn't get attacked. Okay, thank goodness. 4-to-1. I could push these guys out. That would be great though. So I think I'm gonna do it like this, or I want to also investigate what kind of prospects we have here. 2-to-1. Yeah, I'm not really liking those odds. How about the Stooks? Stooks can move in here. They could assault in here. That would really help. Yeah. And then take these guys. 10-to-1. Attack. Yeah, unit destroyed. Didn't get any losses. No, 0 losses for us. And let's now think carefully. They have only 18 movement. They wouldn't be able to. Okay, but we have now opened the flanks. Yeah, 5-to-1. 5-to-1, that's almost like a complete destruction. If it succeeds. Yeah, I think this is much bigger than what we can achieve with anything else, so I'm gonna be firing. Or should I be firing even with this kind of weaponry? What can we do with this on these guys? Quite okay. Can those guys shoot anywhere in here? Yes, they can actually. Okay. Well, I would then order these guys to shoot in here. Do it. Scoring some hits. Readiness is going down. Entrenchment is only 46 anymore. I think we might have a chance to get them to capitulate completely. So that's why I keep hitting them constantly. This unit, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really think so either. Yeah, they are still in high readiness and everything. So I think I'm gonna just keep hitting them. Okay, 40 men lost, that's already better. Much better hits. And now we can make sure that we attack with the right units. Maybe. What about? Yeah, well, they increase the attack chances, so let's do it. Attack. Yeah, it kind of turned. The battle turned kind of interestingly. Attackers die roll 1-1-1. Yeah, it didn't go really according to plan. Like first really good. And then we started taking losses. Losses. So we lost more than we gained from that attack. Now their entrenchment is truly gone. Yeah, like all of these. Yeah, they didn't perform well at all. I take that as a complete failure to wipe this unit out. I was already hopeful that we would achieve that, but apparently no. It wasn't to be. So now we have Hetzers. Hetzers everywhere. Yeah, the Panzerjägers, they could have been assigned here to the front. To those forward positions, but we couldn't make it. I think I'm gonna keep the units as such in here. Yeah, a little bit disappointing. I think we might have needed that bonus. You know, the gamble thing that could have maybe turned the tide. Because I think making this unit to capitulate would have been a huge victory in this sector, but yeah, we couldn't do it. So that's about it. And now I don't think we have enough. Like, even though, yeah, we pushed them back to the city, but there's 100 men. 100 men in there, they can still fight. I'm just kind of counting on the pioneers that they would fix the fortifications for us here. Yeah, these guys can't get out of here. I could move the infantry away though. That is something that I can do though. I can move these guys out. And I think I will. Yeah, fairly disappointing ending to this turn. Didn't really expect it to go that poorly. I think we can just stay in here with that unit. And these guys, probably we will need them in here. Okay. Well, we had some success. This was like an even battle, yeah. I'm gonna leave the infantry here on its own. I don't think this is this could be a tank unit. But I'd rather keep the Stuks safe because they have so low readiness, so just go there. Also we could move these guys in there too. We could leave a hole into the front if we want to, but I don't think I want to let these guys to be attacked from high ground, so. Or maybe no. Maybe stay where they are. And then we just, yeah, that's my timer. I just wanna check everything and then we're gonna flip the turn. Well, this guy can stay where it is. These units should move. Most of their units are in here though, so they should probably start contributing in that sector. They can start going like that. And what about the pioneers? These guys can get quite far. We might need some help with the bridges here in Malmedy region, so I think they should go towards Malmedy. Yeah, just get in here. And to combat mode. These guys don't have to rush, so there's no reason for them to be rushing. I have moved these guys already. They just can't go forward on the highway. Yep. This unit should sit tight. And yeah. Yeah, I think the game really needs that kind of like, show me the units that I haven't moved button. I didn't use this artillery apparently, it was out of range completely. I could move it with... then the readiness will get down, but whatever. Let's just get it in here with low readiness then. Shell those guys with a small fire. Whatever. Yeah, I think that one artillery barrage would have made a difference actually. Oh, here is one unit. They have pack guns. These Jäger, these are weird ones. You have to get them like close to the enemy to actually do any damage. Sorry about that. Weird zoom. Well, I don't want these guys are kind of like exposed. What if they somehow manage to spot them and they start firing on these positions? So maybe just not. I don't know, something like that. These units are somewhat scattered, but yeah, I guess Saint Vith is their location. Yeah, we are doing pretty okay. I don't wanna actually cause any more traffic jams to this, so the flak guns can just maybe wait in here. Or they could go more to the southern sector. Well, there's a lot of flak guns in here too, so I don't know. Should we just use these tiny roads then? Maybe in here. So okay, go there then. Yeah, and I think now we have finally moved everything that I wanted to move. I'm gonna press it. Yes. Next turn. And we can look at the turn and inspect the events. But yeah, two things that I noticed. when you need to do a river crossing and you have a way to the bridge, move the unit to the bridge, because it doesn't calculate the movement correctly. It suggests that cross here to, across the river and lose all of your movement points, when you should be just moving along the road to the bridge and then across. I don't know, is that a coding error, or why doesn't it pick the path that is the shortest or the least expensive path to the target? Okay. No attacks yet. Okay, there is some rear area units lose against us. Rear area green units lose against us. Okay, they tried to attack, they managed to do some damage. They didn't engage. What is happening? They lost tanks. They are reinforcing, now they moved. Okay, they are bombarding, they might attack this position where I have the pioneers. No, they retreated. Okay. What is happening now? Thus far quite even. The enemy armor tried to break loose from that one pocket position. They couldn't get out. They didn't attack us in that village in the southern sector where those two massive task forces appeared. They withdrew. And they didn't challenge our positions, so okay. There is drizzle or light precipitation, if you want to call it, just hint of water coming from the sky. And yeah, it's afternoon is gonna be mist again. Yeah, 47 extra victory points. Axis losses 5395. Allied losses to 29,000. We can check the proper stats later. New unit card was given to us. Okay, the art style is pretty hostile looking, the light drizzle. Looks worse. I thought that it was just little hint of water. This seems like some kind of even like hail or something. So the enemy armor didn't move. They chose to stay in here. Here they spread out, which is of course amazing for us. Was their intel so bad that they didn't have any idea what is happening? Or so I'm just gonna destroy them. I'm gonna attack from I can attack this guy from 3 sides, this guy from 3 sides, this guy from 2 sides. And they withdrew their units in here. But luckily I'm close enough so I can engage with these veteran soldiers. The tanks I need to leave alone probably. I can't engage with them. Let's go to this position. Now we know what is happening in Altrier. They have a minor supply base. This is the task force that we shelled. Its combat value is only 76. So it has gone down actually. And we caused to some intercept fire to the enemy from here. That's really nice. Yeah, but I think we can destroy all these 3. We can destroy these 2. The tanks we will have to leave alone. These tanks we will destroy. There is something enemy activity in this area. They actually have a connection probably. Or I don't know, do they have a connection to these? This is freshly scrapped unit apparently or something. It has 100 readiness. Yeah, we just need to take it now, this turn. Do a proper attack. The enemy units that were in here, they now appear to be retreating. They are somewhere in here. We couldn't get supplies in to our rear. There might be an enemy unit behind us. As usual. Jerry is input and now they moved another unit in here. That will make things difficult. It might be that bigger force that they moved in. Because we couldn't break through now and now they are reinforcing it. I don't know, we have to think what we're gonna do. But luckily my engineers here can move the rear. These guys have supply issues. We need to, when we connect to Houffalize, we can use this main road to supply those units. So those supply problems should be solved by that move. The enemy artillery moved here to the open, we can destroy it easily. They might have retreated from here. It's lit up this hex, so I guess the recon is above the hide value, so we should be able to actually say is there an enemy unit, and it's basically saying that there is not. If it states like dark, the hex, when we move a unit next to it, I think that means that. And for instance here we can't tell. ID is 54, recon 39, so we can't say is it empty or not. Here recon 53 doesn't seem to have any enemy units. Also the same in here, enemy apparently withdrew from that position. If they put the armor in here, if we could just put units in here and here, we could trap these guys in this side. That seems also kind of an interesting idea. And now they, for some reason, they're reinforcing this light forest and Malmedy seems to be empty. So maybe I move the armor first to Malmedy and then I attack these guys so they don't withdraw into Malmedy. And this unit became an anti-tank gun unit, and did they withdraw that weird truck unit that was there previously? Okay, and here we located the enemy guys. Okay, a new unit emerged in here and they withdrew that task force. It's probably now in here trying to regain strength, and it probably will get its strength back. No enemies in here, although this hex recon is so high that there shouldn't be anybody, but yeah, no, they are no longer exposed. That's the bad thing. Enemy is no longer exposed in this sector. Yeah. So our happy days in the north are now over. Enemy is probably digging in this line. So that's not great for us. But yeah, we will do a complete destruction of this tank battalion. Their readiness is already 24. We will attack from high ground with the Jagdpanthers. I'm gonna replay now the history. So let's look at only big events. So the enemy artillery tried to withdraw and they jumped into us in here. Okay. And next one. We got attacked from the rear by a small force. So there's only like 20 men. And they are in our rear, so I think we can just scout them out and destroy them here. And they lost 4, 7, 9 tanks. We lost 50 men. And flak gun, yeah. Infantry versus tanks, it's always infantry is having trouble, but I'm glad I reinforced that position. Here actually a tank attack. And I had those Tuks and Hetzers. This was really nice. That was good. Some artillery fire, nothing else. I want to do those really easy moves. I know I'm playing overtime. I'm playing overtime now, but I would like to do those easy moves here. I can get even like 10 to 1 odds. Even better ones if I want to. If I want to put the Panzer Grenadiers in, I can get this kind of odds. $21 to 1. I'm just not sure, should I waste any? Any artillery on those guys, you know? I could soften them up a little bit. But like to minimize the losses, you know. That could work. But it's not, those are not soft targets, so I don't know, do they really do anything? I don't think so. I'm gonna destroy this enemy unit. Or at least like getting it much weaker. And I'm gonna like destroy it on combat in the next round. But okay, we can now quite safely do the attack. Let's do it from these high ground positions. So we have 49% high ground modifier for many units, and then we have concentric attack. It could be even better if they belong to the same units, but whatever. It's good enough. So attacker 1, 10. 8 half trucks. Kind of weird combat. We could do 7 to 1. Yeah, should we send the Jagd Panthers in or should we finish it off with infantry? It's still like 7-1. Their vigor is good. Readiness is quite low though. Okay, tanks can't even do anything else than a ranged attack. So 11-1. There are those tank hunter units. They should be vulnerable. They can still fight back. Take them out. Capitulated, okay. So one Panzer Shrek, one half truck, and one Maltier. Rest. Okay. That was good. That was really nice. Really nice to see. Then we have chances of some good combat in this sector. We just have to reduce their fighting strength first. Okay. If I may, I would like to put the infantry first into the city. Not to sacrifice the tanks. Something like that. Yeah, do this kind of attack. Okay, it's not a lot of units. Attack. Recon, okay, Recon is not above height, but some reason it's kind of lit up. Suggesting that there shouldn't be anything. Anything on there. Tanks could now roll through Stavelot to that direction. And then I would like to do these easy attacks in here. I want to probe with this small unit. It's mostly anti-tank guns. Or do I want to like shell it first? Just 100 readiness. 100 readiness. What about these guys doing a probe on these? I think we can probe them with this small unit. Do a small shelling. 35 movement cost there. These guys shell these. Yeah, they can actually shell kind of all of them. Well, let's do one shelling in here. Okay, half of the anti-tank guns are gone. Their readiness is impacted. Also, these guys' readiness is really low. So the way I see it, we could really benefit from this kind of attack. 26-1. Do it. Retreating, but they couldn't manage to get out. They were completely wiped out. Then we can attack this guy. This we sadly cannot attack with these. So I probably move this guy into this snowy forest. They can't attack, okay. But we have an okay recon on them. We don't want them to necessarily retreat. So we should probably shell these guys pretty badly. $200. I think we need it against. Yeah, sadly it's not enough to attack. Back there. Let's just do an artillery barrage to this unit in behind. Just to make sure we could wipe them out first. They're still quite alive. Quite alive. One more artillery. Okay, mortars taken out. There's two 60mm mortars that can help when we attack these guys. Yeah, this would be an overkill. I think I want to leave that one unit. Maybe like that. Can this break this? And do a ranged one. How about if we do ranged one with where is this guy? It's in here. I don't necessarily want that to shoot the barrage, maybe something else. Where is this? In here. Well, that's okay. That can shoot it. Do it. Okay, it had at least some effectiveness. 24-1. Or we can attack from those two sides if we take the enemy out first. Yeah, maybe two sides is better. So take them out. Yeah, 10 men lost, capitulated. $17-1. Yeah, that's good. 18-1. Capitulated. Okay, those were kind of the easy attacks that I was looking for. And maybe this one is another easy attack. Yeah, we just need to get their readiness down. I think the barrage can do it. And then we can attack from multiple sides. So yeah, let's first do the barrage. Doesn't have to... Okay, it scored even some hits. That's good. Because now they are much weaker. So now we can have... We could have this kind of setup. Or we can have this kind. 40% plus. I don't know, do I really want to expose my guys? There's still 5 bazookas in there. Yeah, I think this is the best setup. Just let the others rest. 1000-1. Or let the anti-tank guns help, okay. Okay. Okay, that's now being cleared. So now we have to just move out to Greville's. And then we can like head to Rambruch. Then Martelange would be here waiting for us. What kind of values can you give me? That kind. What about Hauser? 44 movement cost if we go in here. Okay. 4-1. Or we can just bring in the tanks to help soften the enemy up first with some kind of barrage. Yeah. What is the benefit of having that one unit opening up that second side? Well, it actually helps. It gives you the 10% modifier. So maybe we should have a separate unit that does the probing first. We can get 9 to 1. Yeah, this unit is helpful because it gives you that 5% modifier in this case. I think do the probe. Okay. Use the Volksartillery. Now they are weakened. We could get up to 13 to 1. I think this is the best we can do with this single unit without using too many forces, so let's do this. Okay, capitulated. Okay, they just have one anti-tank gun. Yeah, I don't think they need an artillery shelling. Okay, this is the infantry killer unit. Yeah, but this would help though. Let's let them just rest. No attack. Capitulated. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. This infantry killer, these would need to be shelled. Quite heavily even. Okay. We have still this kind of artillery. Sadly not in range. These guys can attack. They could fire against this. Or they can fire against that. Yeah, we have a lot of options now. I just need to... Maybe I'll leave it for the next turn in here. But yeah, it's looking quite okay. And then we could... I would like to do a couple of movements here. So first of all, you are marching now. But the rest, I think they shouldn't march yet in this first. Because those will create much more traffic points and we don't want this to be completely clogged up. Okay, now we have already some movement cost. 27. 31. $28, okay. 28. 29 and 30. And these guys can just... Okay. Oh yeah, we just have to cross as fast as possible. Okay, well, those guys would also need to be moved then. They need to be moved like one by one. One by one there. And before I forget, we know that there is a unit in here. So I'm just thinking, what is my best course of action? Maybe give recon to this bigger unit, so... So now we located it. It's in heavy forest, okay. We can use the smaller unit, or we can use the less experienced unit to probe it first. Just to probe it. Okay, now we know what it is. And now we can overwhelm it. Just a unit filled with trucks. He took out 8 trucks. We could effectively encircle them with artillery. Yeah, the pioneers are now retreating somewhere in here. Fields of mud. We can't do ranged, we can't do any kind of attack. Maybe use these guys to hit them. Okay. It's just a bunch of trucks and one anti-tank gun. Okay. When it's just trucks, they are harmless. They can't do anything. Yeah, in this sector I think I need more time. I can't just do easy quick moves. There. Okay. We have bumped into an enemy unit. And how should we do this? This is probably the enemy armor in this rural village. It's massively underestimating those combat odds. Okay, this guy could even get hit by artillery. And we don't know what is in here. That is a shame. Even like a high ground modifier and everything. Just the problem that the enemy, that our unit has so low readiness because they didn't receive all of their supplies. I give this guy a recon card. So yeah, now we know. 12-1. Back. Okay, this would be 59. We attack with the flak guns. We don't really know is Houffalize open. So because we don't know is it open, attacking this makes more sense. I think I'm gonna call the artillery for this one. Where is it on map? It's in here. Okay. Well, it makes sense. It's okay. Yeah, let's use it. Let's first switch it. I think it automatically switches from march mode though. Yeah, destroying all of these surrounding, those would be nice too, but let's do this. Okay, didn't cause really a lot of damage. Some readiness impact. Let's take the flak with us. Yeah, we can't do other than regular attack. I want one more artillery there. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, just do it. Nothing, no hits. No hits scored. That is bad. Or maybe we attack this guy first. Yeah, I think so. I think this is okay. Attack. But let's see where their commander is. Could I get it to a better zone? I think I might. If I just move it a little bit. Move it in here. Yeah, now they belong to this other zone. Attack. Okay, we took all of them out. Okay, there is an enemy unit in here. Of course there is. We can get here, or we could reassign this guy to take Mont-Leban. That is one option. Or they can go in here. But yeah, anyways, it was good to know. I think the Panzer should have gotten the recon advantage after all. But yeah, let's do the attack against Adams. So 10 Panzer Grenadiers and 1 half truck. They lost 10 veteran soldiers. A lot of their tank equipment. And they have now retreated into the forests. Okay. Okay. Well, we have a lot to think about. And we no longer see those supply marks in there. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I can also perform this easy attack. Yeah, 1000 to 1. Maybe just do it with these forces. Leave the tanks alone. So 1 tractor managed to survive. Okay. Somehow. Yeah. Okay. Final look at the stats. Total troops. The allies are getting more and more troops. But yeah, we called in our reserves. We have 44 points left. I think I need to set up probably some depots to make sure that all of my units can get sufficient supplies. Casualties sustained. Yeah, we are 7,500. They are around 36,000 nearly in the previous turn. Casualties inflicted. This is what we have now in this turn. Cost 800 Cs thus far. But yeah, in guns, heavy flak, light flak, motorized, tanks. Tank losses should be better, but in infantry we are doing fairly well. These were our reinforcements. Those are okay. Fuel report. We should also actually check the fuel supply statistics. Unit fuel. Requested, received. They are kind of matching. Supply source fuel. The unit fuel is okay, but supply source fuel is received from off map, sent to the supply source stocks. So it's the green line, and the green line is diminishing. So yeah, that is the situation. Okay. But yeah, thank you for following the stream, and something probably in the morning on the way. So see you then. Bye.